daughter. Well, they decided to do it next week, so.
Oh, okay.
I got free.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
So, hello, everybody. We are the Butterscotch Martini Girls. We've just got a couple of us here right now, but we will hopefully have more joining us in a few minutes. I'm Kayce Lassiter, and I've got Tia Jones with me. And we're talking today about worst tattoos and worst tattoo stories. So, Tia, were you able to find any good stories?
No, I've been rushing around buying Christmas gifts and finding odds and ends, little Christmas hangy things, you know, because like I told you, we just had the tree up and no decorations. So.
Well, it is the season.
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised that we're even functioning right now.
Well, I actually went out on the internet and did a little bit of research on tattoos, and I found some of the scariest things I've ever seen in my life. I am amazed at what people will permanently put on their bodies. Holy cow. I ran across a guy that tattooed his face like a checkerboard. He's got like white and black squares all over his whole face. His whole face. And, you know, on his forehead, he's a big checkerboard. Who does that?
Not me.
Wow. That was frightening. Also, you know, there's all the stories out there about the tattoos. You know, it seems like there's a lot of alcohol involved with tattoos. And I actually ran across some stories about, hey, Tina, welcome.
Hey, there she is.
Hey, sorry, I had to reboot.
Oh, okay. Well, I ran across some stories out there about some ethical tattoo parlors who were refusing to tattoo people who were drunk. And I actually ran across one story where the people came back the next day and wanted to punch the guy out because he wouldn't tattoo the underage girl when she was drunk.
Wow.
Like, wow, people, you know, think this through. And apparently when you're drunk, nobody can spell.
Of course not.
And grammar goes right out the window. And, you know, I've got one here, and I don't. Well, you might be able to see it. There's the guy with the checkerboard face there.
Oh,
that's
yikes.
just, isn't that awful? And then there's the girl who had her leg tattooed, and it's right down the side of her calf. You know, I mean, it's very prominent and very bold, and it says, "Never, don't give up."
Oh.
Are you sure that was her, or was it the tattoo artist? You'd think the tattoo artist.
I don't care. She has to live with it her whole life. Now she's just going to look like an idiot. You know,
Yep.
pick your tattoo artist carefully.
Yeah.
Here's another one when it comes to bad spelling errors. This one, the guy tried to say knowledge is power.
No,
and it is, but only if you spell it correctly, people. Knowledge is not knowledge.
Can you say irony? You know, that brings up perfectly my story from last week about the marriage proposals. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
Well, for those of you who don't remember it, this guy decides that he's going to show his love, and he goes and gets his and his love of his life's name in this heart. Well, you guessed it, it's spelled wrong, and not only that, it gets worse. It looks like her cousin's name, who he used to date.
Okay, explain that one.
Yeah. Yeah, so she obviously said no, and he was out of luck, but he has to stay with that heart on his arm. Maybe he can hook back up with the cousin.
There is one hell of a fight brewing there.
Yeah.
You know, some of these are absolutely just prophetic, I think. this one here, the guy has tattooed his forearms, okay? And so huge letters. On one arm it says, hard to love. And the other arm it says, easy to hate.
Wow.
You know, I mean, that just sets the tone for the rest of your life. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Manifesting some bad things there.
Well, yeah. Talk about some bad negative energy. And here's another, this one, I love this one. This was apparently a couple that went in together to get cute tattoos. And so it looks like they both got them tattooed in the like tramp stamp area. Oh. Top one is the girls, the bottom one is the boys. And hers says, Joe's pink clapper, I think is what it says.
Oh.
And his says, Sarah's prickly cucumber.
Ew. Those both sound like nasty purple prose to me.
You can't make this shit up.
I know. I actually have a tramp stamp story.
Okay.
In my list. I found it on the internet because where do you find these kind of things, right? Well, and it was similar to yours in that this, this girl had a cutesy tramp stamp tattoo. The guy, in love with her, and he's a little bit of a, he's late 50s and she was a little bit younger. So he thought, I will show her my love. I'm going to go get a matching tattoo. And it was of their favorite movie that they went to see on their first date.
Oh, no.
You're not going to guess this. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh!
So she's got Frankenfurter on her lower back tramp stamp. He decides to show his love by going to get this tramp stamp Frankenfurter. And so she loves it, but he has to stop going to the gym because he keeps getting propositioned by the other men who think he's gay because he's got this sexy transvestite man, a Frankenfurter, on his tramp stamp area.
And he's in his 50s?
Yeah, late 50s, it said.
They don't get any smarter, do they?
I'm convinced that testosterone slowly kills the brain cells. So as they get older, it just gets worse.
It's the box set. I'm telling you, it's the box set. It comes with the penis. Bad ideas and penises go together.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Chris, no stories for Chris? Come on, Chris.
Well, Darth Vader Sweet is asking, do we have any tattoos?
Oh, I have a couple. Oh, hold on. The husband is calling. Give me just a second. Hello?
I want to get it.
One of the three of us that has tattoos is suddenly getting a call. So, okay. Darth Vader Sweet, we're gonna try again here in a minute.
Sorry, he forgot I was on the Blab.
Oh.
No problem.
So, do you have any tattoos, Tina?
I have two. I have a Tinkerbell on my right ankle. She's leaning on a cloud. And then on my back of my right shoulder here, I have two entwined hearts with a ribbon that says John and Tina forever. Now, it was an interesting story when I got that one. John designed it. I had no tattoos at that point. And the guy that was going to do the tattoo had done John's. John has several. He was in a car club and all that kind of stuff. So he'd known John for years. So he draws up the tattoo. And I kind of look at him. Yeah, he was going to spell John's name with an H. And I pointed to, and John's like, dude, you've known me for years. You know I don't have the H. It's just Jon. He's like, oh, bummer. That would have sucked. I'm like, you think?
Now, I'm getting a little personal here, Tina, but at one point you and John divorced and then remarried.
Yes.
Did you have a moment of, oh shit, what did I do?
You're gonna laugh at me because I actually went while we were separated before the divorce happened, and I had 2 tattoo removal sessions to try to fade the name. Well, It did. It faded, but now I'm like, damn it, that was a cool tattoo. So now I've got to go get it redone. But they don't just redo the letters because it's going to look like that's new and the rest is faded. They have to kind of refill in the whole tattoo. So I had it, estimated. It's probably going to be about $100. No big deal. But I just got to go down there and do it. Now, the only other problem was it's right here. And I just have to pop the bra strap down, but you got to flip the shirt off. And I'm not modest. That's not a problem. But when I had it done, it was, I was 32 and everything was still perky and I was like 100 pounds heavier. So I didn't have a problem whipping my shirt off. Well, I'm going to be sitting in this tattoo place going, I hope I don't scare anybody.
Can we make an appointment for after hours?
Yeah. And I'm like, it's not for me. It's for you guys.
So Man Private says something about estrogen poisoning is also a thing. All those tramp stamps.
It is. He's right. I have friends who have gotten drunk, gotten the tramp stamp, and it's been frightening. Yeah. I had one, and she was a friend in high school, and let's just say she was never the smartest person. In fact, this will let you know how smart she was because, in high school, none of us really knew a lot of stuff. So she was embarrassed after a date with this guy, and because he was an older guy, and she was like, I don't understand why he ran away laughing. And I was like, well, sweetie, what happened? Well, he asked for a blowjob and I blew on it. So that's the level of intelligence we were dealing with there. Yeah, and so
I'm surprised she got away with him laughing at her.
I know. Well, she loved Bon Jovi at the time. So she got a tramp stamp without her parents' knowledge. I don't know how she did that, got faked it or the signature or whatever. But she showed it to me, and oh my gosh. And it was kind of fitting. The poor girl played flute. Sorry to all the flute players out there, but, it said Bon Jovi on it. And granted, that was
perfect.
That was back in like 1985, so I'm wondering if she ever got it covered or fixed, but yeah.
I will never be able to see Bon Jovi again without thinking of that.
I know, right?
Ever.
It's kind of frightening.
Bon Jovi, you gotta love it.
Well, he is kind of hot, so you can't blame him, but
well, but tattoo the picture of him. Don't misspell his name.
I know.
God. Oh, well, I ran across one where some kid got drunk. Okay, again, when a man hears you say, you won't do that, what's their first response?
Yeah, I will.
Oh, yeah, I will. Especially when they've been drinking, okay?
You take all dares when you're drunk.
Absolutely. It's, the write-up I found says it's a binding obligation to rise to the occasion. It's like bat signal, a gunshot at the start of a race or a call to duty.
Kind of is.
So what he wound up doing when that call to duty was issued was he had the names of 17 of his friends tattooed on his leg.
Oh.
They said, no, you won't. He said, yeah, I will.
Ouch.
Yeah, all 17 of them tattooed on his leg.
At once?
One after the other.
All at once?
All at once, yeah.
See, I'm a big
let him
chicken.
sober up.
I'm a huge chicken, I still haven't got the courage yet to go in and have one done. My daughter's trying.
I gotta say, now granted, I picked two spots that are not that sensitive, but it was more annoying. It wasn't like outright painful because I'm not gung-ho on pain, but it was really more annoying. I got a little bit dizzy during the Tinkerbell one, and he gave me a Tootsie Pop. And he just said,
Suck on the Tootsie Pop. It puts the sugar back into your system.
Oh, okay. It's not have some candy little girl thing.
No, it wasn't like that. But it actually helped within a minute or so. I was like, oh, okay, I'm fine. And healing, it just felt like a really bad sunburn. And I mean, we're in Arizona. We know how that does. That's what it felt like when it was healing.
I had a friend who had a dragonfly. She likes dragonflies, and they had it put on her leg. It's huge. It was, calf down to the ankle.
That's like pterodactyl.
And she
gonna be in about 20 years.
So she had to have it she had it taken off. So it looked horrible while she was having it all taken off. And then she had this nicer, smaller, dragonfly. And I mean, every time I'd see her leg, I'd go, I don't know if I want to do that.
Kayce,
I see Man Private over here left us a message that says tattoo motivation. Hold my beer and watch this.
That's what I was getting ready to point out. I was laughing.
I'll have to, that's probably why a lot of people get them when they're drunk, because it takes courage.
Yeah,
even though, except for people like Tina, who's had more than one, but my daughter thinks it's not a big deal, but for me, you'll have to hold my hand.
But no, I wouldn't probably go get one on my ribs or somewhere really painful. And the people that get them on their soft and tender parts, I'm like, No. I have a friend who got it like on her areola around the nipple. Ow, no.
Well, that ranks right up there with nipple piercings for me. No.
Yeah, no.
No. You're giving me pain.
I'm not in pain.
Yeah. Well, I had a friend that had a clitoral piercing, and I was like, what the hell are you doing? I mean, first of all, you're going into some person you don't know going, here you go. But not that I'm modest, but
really? Yes. Whoa.
Question. Where would you recommend the best place to do one?
A piercing or a tattoo?
No, a tattoo. No.
On Tina. On Tina. That's my recommendation.
Great. Good one. We have a place over here on this side of town, Chris, that was recommended because the guy that did mine has moved away to Prescott, and he's the same guy that did John's. But we have a friend who has
trouble with H's.
Yeah, we have a friend that has had several, and she recommended a place, so I can look up the name and the number and send it to you if you want.
Yeah. Well, I want to get, like I said, I'd like to get a tree of life. I really just love that design, and then I'm thinking, okay, so how big is it going to be?
Well, you can tell them how big you want it, and they can draw you up something, and it's really cool. They put it on the transfer paper and put it on you so you can tell where it's going to go. And
okay.
Draw it on you first.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I ran across a guy that woke up at a party, and his friends had tattooed a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses on his face.
Oh.
The eye things. And you knew they were Ray-Bans because the tattoo on the side of his head said Ray-Ban on it.
Oh, wow.
And he didn't feel that?
This is a man in his 50s, and he has now spent 2 years getting the tattoo lasered off his face.
And he slept through this, even drunk in stupor? Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Here's another one. This one this belongs in the Darwin Awards, okay? Oh. This man tried to tattoo his face, put tears on his face, using a printer cartridge.
Okay, explain that one.
And then it gets better. Then he tried to scrape the tattoo off with a cheese grater.
Oh. Wow.
Holy hell.
Yeah,
okay, you guys are beginning. You're telling me too many horror stories.
Well, you know what? This guy lost his job. His friends were ostracized at school. He went from a hardworking father to unemployed overnight.
Shocker.
And he said, well, it happened after a mate it must be Australian or something. After a mate
British,
created a homemade tattoo gun using a motor, some Gerows, and a welding thing.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Darwin Awards.
Pure, is that just pure stupidity?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tia, somebody commented on the sidebar for you. Ooh, nice tree of life. I want a tribal tattoo from Hawaii.
That would be nice.
And Darth Vader Sweet. I love that. I love that name, Darth Vader Sweet. I love that.
That's
cool. I did too. I keep forgetting to look over there to read what they're saying. So,
okay, wait a minute. I don't get this. Many online dating websites let users screen in and out for tattoos.
Oh, I've seen those. So you can say, screen out people that have tattoos, and in your profile you can say, yes, I have them, or no, I don't.
Got it. Got it. Can you get specific and screen out, Ray-Ban sunglasses?
No facial tats, yeah.
Yeah, a picture cartridge. I can't get over that one. Here's another one. This one is fabulous. I literally almost wet my pants when I read this. The guy tried to say something bad about Barry, apparently somebody he knows. So he had a tattoo put on his arm that says, and it didn't come out quite the way he expected. The tattoo wound up saying, Barry is a twat.
Oh, I don't think that means what you think it means.
And what's worse is it says 4 months after having the tattoo, he still has no idea who Barry is.
There might have been alcohol involved in that.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Oh,
one of my most favorite scenes is, I know I'm really dating myself. I'm going to go back, but do you remember the movie called Operation Petticoat?
Junction?
Huh?
Petticoat Junction?
No, this is a movie, Operation Petticoat, and it was Cary Grant and yes. But anyway, I really like that. There's one guy, and he is.
Oh, somebody said Cary Grant and Tony Curtis.
Yeah, Tony Curtis, and he had the one guy, Arbuncle or whatever his name is. He has that tattoo down his shirt, and everybody says, "Well, don't you let Birdie get," And then Tony Curtis looks in there and he says, "You should be hung in the Louvre." And I guess it was just like total bare bosom, lady or something like that. But the point of it is that he couldn't go home because he got drunk. That's my point. He got drunk and ended up getting this, a tattoo. Well, the story. There are these nurses that are on the submarine with them, and this one shy nurse happens to bump into him. Oh, she went to borrow something, and she, went into his slot or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, she belted him because it shocked her. So she's finally is the one who figures out the tattoo of panties and a bra on this girl, and so he can go home again. And I was just thinking about options of being able to take a tattoo when you're drunk and you're totally blown out of the sky, and then to have an option. But that is I've never thought about tattoos until I saw that.
Have you seen the show Tattoo Nightmares?
Yeah. Well, I've not watched that one, but I've watched the other one, Bad Ink.
Yeah. And I enjoy Tattoo Nightmares because it's this shop, and they specialize in cover-ups. And people will come to them, and there's some scary tattoos, and they will fix them.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
One of my favorites.
That would be cool.
One of my favorite episodes on Story. One of my favorite episodes on Bad Ink was the guy who had a monkey tattooed on his stomach, and it gets worse. The belly button was the monkey's asshole. Okay, so this guy walks around, and he's kind of a big black guy. You know, he's got kind of a big belly on him, and he walks around hitting his belly going, I'm slapping my monkey. I'm slapping my monkey.
That is wrong.
Sick and wrong. Sick and wrong. Yeah. And they had to cover up this monkey tattoo on his belly button. You know, I read
my favorite on. Oh, go ahead.
On the internet.
Yep.
A guy gets dumped by his wife over a 6-inch penis tattoo down his leg after a drunken prank. It said she decided she could take no more when it meant the family had to scrap holiday and swimming trips with their 3-year-old daughter. I guess they didn't make swim trunks long enough.
Apparently not. So she would have been okay if it was like a 3-inch one.
The really ironic part of this is that it was his wife who gave him the tattoo gun as a Christmas present. So I'm thinking their relationship was not a good idea.
Having issues.
Don't do it.
Okay, she bought him the tattoo gun.
She bought him a tattoo gun for Christmas, and his buddies tattooed a 6-inch penis down his leg. And then she left him because it was stupid.
I'm thinking that there were already issues going on there, because if she was married to him and they have a kid, she had to know how stupid he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But why would you give a stupid man a tattoo gun for Christmas?
Yeah. So speaking of men and stupid, here's a fun one for you. Sorry, all the guys that are listening, but there was a guy in Germany, and you know those morning talk shows where they have you do the wild things and you win stuff?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It gets scary. So this talk show in the morning said, if you come on and get a part of our choice tattooed, then we'll give you a brand new car. So this guy, he's like, I'm going to get me a new car. He goes into the morning show, and they say, you have to get the word mini, M-I-N-I, tattooed on your penis, and we'll give you a brand new car. And he says, okay, because once I'm in the car, it won't matter. I have a feeling that it mattered. Just me?
Did he get the car?
He did.
Ow.
You know, I almost can't argue with that one. Where's the car?
Well, yeah, but if you're dating some guy, okay, Kayce, you do the dating thing now, you know, even if the guy did it 30 years ago. If you're dating some guy and things get a little friendly and you find the word mini on there.
I'm going to point and laugh.
I'm making jokes.
There's going to be questions involved. Well, especially if he's not mini.
I don't know. If he's not mini, I might not care, but I'm probably pointing and laughing.
You'll find out if he's got a good sense of humor.
Oh, well, I just say, I just had it for Minnie Mouse, but they forgot the second N.
You know, I
mean, if they misspell everything else.
I ran across another tattoo of a guy who passed out at a party. Okay, people, don't ever pass out at a party. The best thing that can happen to you is that you will be drawn on with permanent marker.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's the best thing that can happen. This guy woke up with a do-it-yourself tattoo on his back that said, if found face down, call an ambulance.
Oh.
Where?
I mean, it might be sound, but really? You want to live with that on your back?
Yeah. We look at the sidebar. We've got that as a biker roll for a rocker life coach.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm assuming that's the don't pass out at a party one.
Yes. Do not pass out at a party.
And then he said, you call a big guy mini above that.
Yeah, yeah, especially if you called somebody Minnie. Yeah, then do not pass out. Stay awake at all costs.
Where'd you get that?
There was a girl that woke up with a penis tattooed on her back, and it was she was 20, and she was just 17 actually when she allowed her drunk friends to draw the penis on her shoulder, and then she was horrified when it was permanently etched on her body.
Oh, I don't blame her.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I think you better double check who your friends are.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And if they're not really good friends, don't fall asleep.
Rocker Life Coach says, I knew a girl who had tattoos of lightning rods pointing to where I should go.
Ow.
Wow. Did she think you needed help finding that? Wow.
Did you look lost?
Maybe he was drunk. He said, no, I never need help.
Anybody want a dog?
So my favorite episode of Tattoo Nightmares was this young guy, good-looking guy, and he's a big fan of like King Arthur and, you know, the Arthurian legends. So he wanted Excalibur down his back. Well, he went to a tattoo artist, and the problem with this was the hilt that stuck up above his collar looked like the top of a penis. And so he was teased, women laughed at him and all that. So he went in and they helped him and they fixed it. But she was like, oh my God, you have a dick on your head. He's like, yeah. It was a funny episode, but I felt bad for the guy because it was all the way down his back, but the tip of it, the hilt, yeah, it looked like a penis.
You know, my son has these letters tattooed across his shoulders. And I looked at it in its Chinese lettering. And I looked at it one day and I said, what does that say? And he says, honor.
How do
and
you
I looked at him and I said, you can't read Chinese. How do you know it doesn't say asshole? He didn't think it was very funny.
Yes, but did he go check? I can see Dustin in there with a book.
I can too, yeah. And I
looking in the mirror.
The guy that'd get taken, you know, you'd be the guy that'd get asshole across his shoulders. What was he thinking?
Rocker Life Coach said, I thought it was shocking about the lightning rods to show him where to go.
That would be shocking.
It would be.
I don't want a guy with arrows, you know.
No, if I've got to point him the way, then he needs to find somebody else.
You've got my vote. I don't want one that dumb.
Yeah. I'm a little too old in my life to start training one from scratch. You know, I've got a younger husband as it is. He's fully trained. I'm not starting over.
Yeah. And, you know, and in today's age of politically correctness, do you also have to put it in Spanish and French? I don't know. You know, if you're putting directions on your body.
Well, now you've really got me thinking on that one.
Okay,
Let's see.
I found
French,
another one.
German.
Right here is the guy. Here's the guy that had the Monster drink logo tattooed on his back.
Oh, wow.
I'm thinking he had one too many monsters.
You know what, the one I like, even though it's, I don't know why it's always movies, but you saw Divergent, right? Where he takes off his shirt so she can see his tattoos on the back of his shirt. Did you guys see Divergent?
I don't think I saw that.
I don't think so.
It's pretty cool looking. For, you know.
We know what she was looking at.
Yeah,
it wasn't the movie.
It was on his back, but looked really good. She just got some birds, you know. And what was really great about it is it's in the future, you know. They just say, I want this tattoo, and they lay it up there, they put it on it, and then next thing you know, about, I don't know, 15 minutes later, you're done. no pain, no. I go, that's the way I want it.
So it's like
the
a Star Trek.
temporary tattoos.
Everybody got, let's go get tattoos. Okay, cool, fine.
It's like a Star Trek thing.
Yeah, I would go that route.
Well, Rocker Life Coach has sent us a text in the sidebar that says he likes a girl who can French. So
I'll bet he does.
I think we're off on a different blab here.
Yeah, that'll be a future blab, but yes. I found a gross tattoo story.
Oh.
Online. Let me say, forward this by, I love my son, but. So her son had passed away, and, sad, I understand it. And she is in a family that they're all tattoo artists and that kind of thing. Well, she mixed his ashes with tattoo ink and got his name and portrait tattooed on her. I told Darian about that, my son, and he was like, no, just no. He's like, just scatter me somewhere. I was like, oh, yuck.
Oh.
Just not happy. No.
No. Yeah. Creepy.
Very creepy.
I also ran across a guy who had a tramp stamp. And first of all, men, no tramp stamps.
No, it's not a good look.
It's not a good look on a man. Okay?
No.
And he had a tramp stamp of the Taco Bell logo.
You like Taco Bell, huh?
Well, okay.
I mean, why? I mean, I like a bean burrito as well as anybody, but I'm not going to tattoo their logo on my body unless they're paying me a hell of a lot of money.
And it better be a hell of a lot of money.
Hell of a lot.
And
I want to be able to retire on that payment.
Yeah, it better last me until I die.
Yeah.
Wow.
Put my grandchildren through college.
Yeah.
So do they fade a lot? The tattoos?
It depends if they're done really well. I mean, it goes down 7 layers into your skin, so it'll stay really well. Like the parts that I didn't have, tried to have faded or removed, they're still pretty bright and good looking. And that was a little bit over a decade ago that I got them. So, and if you're out in the sun a lot or things like that, it fades it. Certain colors fade faster. Like red fade much faster than other colors.
So, Tina, I saw a tattoo that made me think of your Panther ink.
Oh,
and it why anybody would get this tattoo, I don't know.
Yeah, Tia, that's one of my books that I'm still working on. It's still on my hard drive that I'm in between books.
Let me tell you about the tattoo, and then I want you to tell us about your story.
Okay.
This guy had a woman tattooed in his armpit, and his hairy armpit was a strategic part on this woman. Okay. And I saw that and I thought, oh. Ooh. But then I thought, well, is that really worse than hair coming out of her forehead?
True.
So tell us about your tattoo and Panther ink.
Okay. Well, the premise of Panther ink is this guy, and he does these really great lifelike tattoos. Well, they start coming to life. And they become kind of vigilantes in the city, fighting crime, that kind of thing. Well, one of them, this big biker dude, comes in for a tattoo, and he originally wants like a lion or something like that. But the artist gets these visions for what he's supposed to give these people. And he tells him, he's like, no, that's too tame for you. The picture I get for you is this hot, voluptuous woman wielding a sword. So he's like, oh, cool.
Yeah, baby. Naked woman on me.
So he gets it on his shoulder, but before he gets it, the tattoo artist, and this is common if it's somewhere where you're hairy, he had to shave the shoulder because, you want a clean palette to tattoo on. I know John has that issue when he goes and gets them, my husband. So he gets the tattoo, and
if I ever get a
well,
tattoo, I hope I don't have that issue.
Me too. It's not
Just
going
saying.
anywhere where there's hair, right? So later on in the book, the tattoo artist and his girl go to this restaurant, and the restaurant's being robbed. That biker guy happens to be there, and they see this voluptuous naked woman up kicking butt on the bad guys with her sword, but she's got this big tuft of hair growing out of her forehead. So after the bad guys are vanquished, they go and talk to the guy, and they're like, hey, you really need to keep her shaved. Shave your shoulders there.
Please.
Because once the come to life tattoos are done helping out, they go back to a tattoo on your body. So
Do you see them leave and then come back? I mean,
No.
do you see them? No.
nope, they're just gone. And
They're
it was
just
funny
gone.
because my smart ass son suggested that scene. I was telling him about the book.
It is
Uh-huh.
the funniest scene. It
He was
really
like,
is
"Mom,
hysterical. All of a
put it
sudden, here's
in
this
there."
Shira kind of woman wielding her sword with a tuft of red hair coming out her forehead.
And those are the scenes that are so much fun to write.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They are fun.
So that tattoo made me think of your Panther ink. We need to get that. You need to get that finished and get that
I
out
do.
there.
Well, I've got the 2 I'm on right now to finish first.
I know.
But yeah, I do. I love that story. I've got like 8 or 9 stories in the hopper, even besides the New York ones they want me to write that I have to catch up with and go back and finish, and series that were orphaned. And yeah,
Well,
I don't think I'm going to die till I'm about 204 because I need time to write all these books.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I
I
don't
wanna
have
be
any
like-
tattoos myself, but I do have a fairy godmother that rides a Harley. And she has a tattoo on her shoulder that says, "Bite me, cowboy," and a pair of lips tattooed on her ass. And she's been known to drop her pants and say, "Kiss that."
Ooh, I can't wait for that scene.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's
I can see
that's
her
built-
doing that.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I'm thinking I need to add that to this Sling and Bull short story that I'm working on.
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. She did it in Midnight on the Double B, but I think she needs to do it again.
Yeah, because it's been a while.
It's been a while. You haven't seen that tattoo
Bring
in
that
a while.
back.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, maybe she'll need another one day.
That would be a funny scene, her getting a tattoo.
Especially if she got one that was misspelled. Boy, would she be pissed.
Oh. Use a little bit of that fairy godmother magic to mess someone up.
Yeah, or actually straighten the tattoo out.
That too, but I can see her being a little vengeful first.
Yep. Somebody would find flat tires on his car.
Yeah. This one isn't paranormal. I found it on the internet as an actual tattoo story, but I was like, oh. So this guy goes and gets like full back tattoo of a portrait of his wife and kids. And he goes home to show the wife and then finds out that she's leaving him. She found a boy toy at work that was much younger. And so now he has a portrait of her on his back. But at least his kids were on there. And, you know, you're going to have your kids. So,
Well,
Yikes.
maybe the next wife will look similar to the
similar
first
to
one
the
and they
first
can
one?
just adjust.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can put that on a dating profile. Needs to look like this. I'm not so sure I would answer that profile, but
Or be
what do you
easily
think, Kayce?
modified. Yeah.
What
Well,
do you think, Kayce? Would you
You
answer
know-
a profile like that if you look like the picture?
no. I ran across a guy one time on one of these match sites that was Mormon and actually had been married to 3 different women at one time in his history with the church. And that was fine. He'd gotten away from, polygamy and was now looking for monogamy. But what was really creepy was when he sent me a picture of him and the 3 wives and the 21 children sitting at the dining room table His wives all looked like me.
Wow.
And I said,
that is creepy.
I sent it to my cousin Glenna, and she said, run.
That's a lot of alimony and child support, just saying.
You know, I said to my son, I said, where's the justice? You know, that in a point in life where my memory has gone to shit, I remember I meet up with a guy that I potentially have 50 new names to remember at Christmas time. Dustin said, I think I see name tags in your future.
Yeah, that would be true.
So, you know, if you're a polygamist, you know, that getting the wife's picture tattooed on your back, maybe not such a good thing.
Maybe
it's kind
not.
of crowded back there.
A little bit. If you have a hairy back, you got to keep shaving all their, you know.
Yeah.
John has like a car trophy, like a half sleeve on his, and it's got this girl. She's topless in these purple high heels and these little purple G-string panties, but these big old, you know, girls. And so every now and again, I'll go, hold still. I got to shave your girl because she gets hair on her face. She gets hair on the boobs, you know, and her right nipple tends to like sprout.
Oh.
So whenever I see him in the bathroom, I'm like, hold still. I got to groom your woman.
Oh, I can't handle it.
Now that is a good-natured wife.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's not like he's seeing a real woman. I would be a lot less tolerant if it was a real woman, and I would not be grooming her. I don't think she'd want me close to her with a razor blade, but...
Oh, my God.
Have you guys seen, and I'm glad I didn't bring a picture, but you guys can look it up on the internet if you really want to. Darian showed me this several, I don't know if it was years, months, whatever, but those guys that get the dragon tattoos on their junk, so the long neck, you know, well, if they're lucky, they'd have a long neck, but then the, you know, the underlying are like the wings and stuff like that. Can you imagine? Because I've talked to tattoo artists and they're like, we charge extra. If we have to hold some guy's junk in our hands while we're tattooing, we charge extra. I'm like, I don't blame you.
Wouldn't that hurt?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got to go here. You're getting a tattoo on your penis. Do you get it tattooed hard or soft?
Well, how could you stay hard with that going on?
Yeah.
Unless you get off on pain, I guess.
It's going to look a lot different. You know?
Right.
One way or the other, it's going to look a lot. You better choose wisely for getting that one.
Yeah. Did you guys see the movie, I think it's Down Periscope with Kelsey Grammer?
Uh-huh.
Casey, I don't know if you saw it, where the rumor was
hilarious.
that he had tattooed on his penis, like, welcome aboard or something like that.
Yeah.
And that so that when it was full, it said, welcome aboard.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's a funny movie. It is.
Oh, it's a funny movie.
Recommend it if you want a good laugh.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to picture all of that. Hopefully they spelled it right. But
You know,
even then,
I've
I've only met one man in my entire life that they could probably fit a decent size wording on that on there. Seriously.
Yeah.
You know, I've watched that movie 100,000 times and I never got that, Tina. Thank you very much.
She's going to go back and rewatch it tonight now.
We all know Tina wouldn't have missed it.
What can I say?
That's funny.
I found another tattoo out on the internet that I just thought was fabulous, where some gal had across her tramp stamp area had virgin tattooed, and then she went back later and had void tattooed over the top of it.
Oh, that ship has sailed. That's funny.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't think you want to have to go back and put the circle with the line through it over a tattoo. Just kidding. JK.
Oops.
Yeah.
I'll have to admit, I learn a lot with you guys on this Blab.
We are educational.
You want to write home to mom about.
Yeah, yeah.
No, what I thought was funny was when she thought that all the stuff we talk about on Blabs we knew personally, that we didn't do any research and that we didn't ask around, that this was all you and I, Kayce. We were living it up.
Yeah, when you guys first started, saying this, I'm thinking, how did they know? What? I don't have that kind of life.
We finally had to tell Tia, we are researching this on the internet. We're making this shit up.
Yeah, some of them are our personal stories, but we usually say, my son or I did this or whatever. And then the other times we're like, oh no, I looked this up or I asked my friend.
That's not to say that this weird shit doesn't happen to us. It's just that it doesn't all happen to us.
Yes. Yeah, I only have 2 tattoos and they're not like huge, and I don't have to put the circle and the cross through them, and I would not get virgin tattooed anywhere on my body. Just like, really?
I had to laugh. We were on our business meeting the other day, and I don't remember who it was, but somebody said, well, I think we should all get martini glasses tattooed. And
that was Tia.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here going, oh, I don't think I want to get a tattoo. I'm too scared of the pain.
You can get a really small one.
Yeah, exactly. Right
it
next
looks
to my
like a
tree
speck,
of
and you're
life.
like, no, it's a martini glass. Trust me.
I will
like a
be
dot.
saying that for the rest of my life.
That works.
I was listening to a radio station one day, and the disc jockey said, I have a tattoo. It used to say love, and now it says love.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to know. How well will it hold up?
And that's true. I met several years ago this girl. We were at a bar, and one of the cute little waitresses, and she had this little wreath around her belly button. And I turned to my friend and I was like, oh Lord, when she gets older and has a baby, that thing, you're going to be able to hang it on your door.
That's right.
Because I know when I was pregnant with that big old kid, man, I went from this little bitty thing to my stomach was like,
really? One of my nieces got a tramp stamp on her back that said "freaky bitch," and her mom and I looked at it and we said, when you get old and you're in a nursing home and they're changing your diaper, that's not going to be so pretty. And then when one of her kids asked her, Mommy, what does that say? She decided to have birds tattooed over the top of it.
Yeah, at least my 2 tattoos are in places that aren't really going to sag. I did that strategically. I think so. Well, I don't think my ankle's going to sag, and I can wear a sock right there. And just right there on the back of my shoulder. Besides, if I'm like a 90-year-old woman and I'm going with a backless thing, that means the boobs are hitting the knees. So that wouldn't be a good look.
Well, it probably wouldn't be your worst feature.
Good point. Yeah, I remember my great-grandmother saying that once she hit her 90th year, that she just got like a clothespin and rolled those puppies up and slipped them in the bra. And she wasn't that far off because she had some big girls before they started going south.
Well, yeah, there's the old standing joke about the average bra size in Sun City is a 44 long.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
That's just average. Yeah. Or is she above average?
We're about at the end of our time here. Do we have anything we need to promote?
We do need to announce the topic for next week.
Okay.
It's going to be funny New Year's Eve stories.
Ooh.
Yeah. Come on, Tia. You have some of those. Look at she's nodding.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, New Year's is a lot different than having a tattoo.
Yes.
Okay. Anything new coming out? Cheyenne got anything coming out?
Not that I know of. Not yet.
Okay.
Nobody sent me anything that they had to promote this week.
Okay. So
Everybody's
as far
got
as
Christmas on the mind.
yeah, As far as I know, I think the next things coming out are January and February. And we'll have another Blab before then so we can promote them at that time.
Okay.
So everybody, thank you for joining. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy.
And don't get drunk and go to a tattoo.
And don't pass out while drunk.
Don't go to sleep at a party, okay?
No.
Not a good idea. Have a good holiday. We'll see you in a week.
Happy holidays. Happy everything. Any kind of celebration. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.